when I was the most unstable, it all leaked into my relationships. It influenced the kind of relationships that I built. It influenced the type of people that I met and befriended. When I didn't face my own insecurities and my own faults, it leaked into my own relationships. Let's take, for example, there was a time where I used to be like really bothered if you wouldn't reply me immediately after I sent you a message. The first thing that would go through my mind would be, who are you talking to? Are you enjoying talking to them more than me? Am I the only one who you don't reply to while you run to reply other people? All of that petty stuff. So that means I would find fault with the other person, and I would be making all of these assumptions, and I would get angry on my own because of my own thoughts, of my own assumptions. But now that I look at it, it was just me. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It was just me because I always had to be the one to chase people. So when you are constantly chasing people, when you are constantly being the one who is approaching people and approaching people first, it made me a bit insecure because if I knew that if I don't make an effort, none of these will exist because I didn't think these people liked me as much as I liked them. I was insecure about who I was and my own personality. So I would think, you would probably prefer to be with so and so over me. You're probably talking to people who you actually talk to, who you actually text first instead of me, who has to constantly chase you. You know what I'm saying? So until I faced all of these, I was constantly anxious. I was constantly filled with anxiety when it comes to relationships and communications, and somebody not replying for like 30 minutes. I'll be running all kinds of assimilations in my head. But the thing is, why couldn't I just think you're probably busy? You're probably busy, or even if you're not busy, what if you're just overwhelmed with life and you don't want to be on social media? But these days I am at peace with myself. These days you don't reply me you don't reply me, you reply me 7 days later. I don't really have a problem, honestly. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not that I don't care about these people. It's not that I don't care about my relationships. It's just that I have dealt with that insecurity. So now even if you don't reply me, I don't immediately start running all kinds of assimilations in my mind. I don't constantly run to negative thoughts because even me, there are times where I can't reply people because I'm busy, because I don't want to be, on WhatsApp. I am just overwhelmed by the circumstances of life and I can't even like start a conversation. I know that if I reply you now, I would need to carry like a conversation with you. If it's not an emergency, I probably won't. So now, I think now I'm able to project these things that, you know what, probably you're busy, probably, you just don't want to be on WhatsApp. It has nothing to do with me. I don't run to immediately thinking, you don't like me, you hate me. So you see now how, who you are does influence the stability and the quality of your relationships, because I was constantly anxious. The other person on the receiving end would not understand why are you like this? What is going on? I didn't even do anything, but why are you like that? That means that would really affect the relationship, because here you have somebody who's constantly anxious and you're not even doing anything to make them anxious. That is frustrating for both parties, because the other one will feel like they're not being heard. The other one is is feeling wronged because why are you accusing me of things that I didn't even do? So now the relationship is shaky and unstable. Another example, let's take people who are very kind but with no boundaries whatsoever.
Everybody really likes you when you do everything everyone asks and tells you to do.
Amen.
Nobody likes you when you have boundaries. I had to learn to grow some boundaries. The more that I understood what boundaries really meant, the less people started to like me. And the more I understood how fantastic and healthy that was.
One thing that I've noticed is that, if you have no boundaries, you are going to attract so many people who will just be there to take advantage of you because you're so kind and so nice, and when it's like that, it's just an open door for all kinds of nonsense. It's just an open door for people to come and take advantage of you. It's an open door for people who have bad intention to use this opportunities to use this opportunity to take advantage of you and use you in all sorts of ways. And I think we need to understand that kind people, please understand this. Just because you're kind, it doesn't mean that you should have no boundaries. Doesn't mean that you should just let people do whatever and walk all over. You can just politely and kindly express and enforce your boundaries. Now all you have, but if you have no boundaries, now all you have are people who are ready to take advantage of you. Now all you have are people who are ready to use you. And there it goes. The quality of your relationships, it goes down. Now you are constantly wondering why is everybody around me always, taking and taking and taking and taking, and I'm not receiving anything. It seems as if everybody who is in my life is just coming in to take something from me, but there's nobody pouring onto me. Having no boundaries really does decrease the value and the quality of your relationships because you attract all kinds of nonsense, all kinds of people who just want to use you. And also when you have boundaries, you become sort of like the sacrificial lamb for everybody and everything. Even when it's not necessary, you are out there sacrificing yourself for people. Even when it's not needed, you are on the sacrificial table, sacrificing yourself for everybody, sacrificing your own sanity and your own peace for everybody when it is not even necessary. So please, kind people, kind and wonderful and beautiful and nice people, please have some boundaries and learn to say no. You don't have to maybe say it or enforce them the way that I would do my boundaries. I'm very clear and firm when it comes to things that I don't like. I will just be like, no, it's not happening. I will stir it up, just be very straightforward and tell you no. But if you can't approach it the way that I do, find a way that works out for you. I always tell people that, what, I don't believe that. I don't think running away from a lot of things in some situations is cowardly. I remember my former colleague. She's one of those kind and nice people, right? Kind people, let's just say kind people. So there was this man who wanted to borrow money from her. But the problem is this man does not return your money after borrowing it. You would have to chase him up and down just for him to return your money. So she's like, so we were sharing the same offer. So she's like, today I'm not gonna be apart from you because I've noticed that when I'm with you, he doesn't approach me. He wants to approach me when I'm alone so that he can corner me into borrowing him money. So today, I'm not going to be apart from you. You see that? Even though she was not straight up saying, no, thank you, I'm not gonna do that. I've heard that you don't return people's money. She was trying to find her own way of sort of saying no, even though it seems very roundabout. I think, what, if it works for you, let it be. One thing that I've also learned is that if you are surrounded by people who know that you don't love yourself, who know that you don't know your worth, you are in trouble. You are in trouble because they can do anything and everything to you, and you wouldn't even sort of even catch on. You wouldn't even realize it. You wouldn't even acknowledge. You couldn't even discern what was happening. And they're taking advantage of the fact that you don't know who you are, you don't love yourself, you have self-esteem issues. And if you meet people like that, they're not sticking around because they love you or because they enjoy being with you. They're sticking around because they love the fact that they can do everything. They love the fact that they can use you. They love the fact that they can take advantage of you. They love the fact that you can be useful to them. And for you, you might even think, but why would they stick around me if they don't like me, if they don't want to be friends with me? It's because they can benefit from you. And there goes the quality of your friendships. There goes the quality of a relationship once again, Because if you knew who you were, if you knew your worth, you wouldn't even be around these people. You wouldn't even be associated with these people. So they have a loophole and you're not benefiting from any of this. So I honestly believe that once you improve your own perception of yourself, once you work on your self-love, your self-worth, once you tap into who you are, once you tap into the amazing person that you are, it will enormously improve. It will greatly improve the quality of your relationship. It will improve the quality of your relationships and the people who are around you, because even now, once you know who you are and you work on yourself, you are able to see and discern who does not have your best interests at heart. You are able to also remove yourself from people and situations that are not good for you. And also, you won't just settle for people just because of your own insecurities. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.